What's going on, YouTube? This is AJ.
Lance Excalibur.
And IBM. Oh yeah.
Really, dude? You really got it?
You gotta do it slow.
Also, you gotta do your own motions too, I guess.
So, in case you don't know, the TV show Powers, based on the comic book by Brian Michael Bendis, a personal favorite of mine, has just been released on the PlayStation Network.
It's a hot shit. Pretty much is what Heroes should have been. You know, it's pretty much what it is to me. It's just like, cause Heroes, when I first watched the first season, it was one of the best shows.
Best.
But it was just so Hollywood, and you couldn't curse, and you have to censor some stuff. This is like literally Heroes with no censorship.
Yeah, this is gutter.
No,
yeah.
but
it kind of got more realistic because it's on PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
Like, I like the fact that, spoiler alert for everyone out there, there was a whole crew of people called Superpowers wannabe that literally is like, our whole job is to try to get smashed by people with powers so we could experience what it's like to have powers for like 5 minutes.
Well, okay, that's not so much a Sony thing, I'm about to say Sega, but it's really just Brian Michael Bendis. A lot of his works are very raw, and this is really like a passion project for him. I've actually, as a Brian Michael Bendis fan, I've been following this thing like since like September of like last year. I've been watching all the interviews, and even he's like, I'm so happy that Sony picked this up because the book is ending. The comic book has been going on for a long time now. The comic book's ending, and just so you know, the TV show is slightly different in numerous ways than the comic book.
But it's still a good show.
That's a normal thing.
But
any TV show based off comic books is normal.
But see, you know what? I actually want to bring it up for a second. I'm glad that things change. I see a lot of people on the internet already. This is not the comic book. We hate this show.
Yeah.
Again, that comes down to like the things that they changed didn't really like change the fundamentals of the story Brian Michael Bendis was going to portray. You know what I mean?
So
it's like you shouldn't even be mad.
But even if it did, I'm not mad at it because even let's say I was an avid reader of the comic book, I want to see some. I don't want to watch a show and get the exact same spell. Give me something different. Oh, I didn't know that was happening. Oh, okay, they're doing this. I kind of want some.
There's always those like
right?
super hardcore people.
Yeah.
Like, like with every other comic book hero, oh god, the costume is not the same. It's like, come on.
It's just Batman. Why didn't you just make a Batman show?
I mean,
without Batman.
As the series go on in Arrow, though, he does seem more like a Batman.
I am bow and arrow Batman.
Yeah, he does seem like more an Arrow Batman than just Green Arrow. I have to be honest, but that's another subject.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Powers, man.
Back to Powers.
It's the truth.
I want to say I give the show like a 7.5.
What?
No, because I do have to understand that I went into it as a fan.
Okay, Mason mode. I forgot about your Mason mode. He kicks into Mason mode and everything has to make sense just to him. Like, it doesn't matter if it's right or if it's good or it's wrong, but you know what? That scene was good, but his hair was blonde and I felt like it should have been brown, so therefore it gets a 5 out of 10. It's like, what?
You know what?
What?
In my eyes, actually, for what it is, I gotta give it a 9.
I give
you know what? And that's it. I didn't even give like the Flash and stuff a 9 at first.
I give you.
Alright, explain your 9.
Powers hits on all the subjects that I want to hear about. One, it doesn't seem like your metahuman mutation, whatever you want to call them. That's why I like the fact that they call them powers. It doesn't seem like your powers community lives outside the world. No offense. Whenever you read the X-Men, it's always like like mutants live outside the world.
Yes.
Somehow, no one notices that these giant purple robots are just gunning people down in the streets. I'm looking like, yo, you did that in Powers? No, full well the government would have a full investigation, and we would have hunted down and murdered the dude who made Sentinels. And not even because we are like, oh, we hate Sentinels. One, we're gonna steal that technology, and then two, we gotta save public face because now technically, the people in Powers are real. All it takes is somebody like Wolf or Retro Girl to go, you know what? I think I'm just gonna murder everyone.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to say this.
And if you've seen the 3rd episode, you clearly don't want Wolf to murder.
Yeah, I know.
Because cannibalism feeds into his power.
Don't spoil this too much. But I want to say, and this is something that I noticed in the show that a lot of shows are doing. I felt like this show was very modern times. Notice how anything happened, somebody pulled out their cell phone and did this.
Right.
The Arrow and the Flash and all these, they don't do this enough. They still use phones just as phones, but in this show they use phones like we use phones. Like
they do it, but it's not played up enough.
Another minor spoiler. I didn't mean to cut you off. When Retro Girl went, I'm gonna show you what true power is, and walked into the club and said, when I walked in here, like 10 people on top of like my publisher already like Twittered this. Right. So now the whole Twitterverse is exploding. Right. So now literally the fate of your club rests on the fact of what I decide to say on Twitter. Right. Like I was looking like, yo, that made it feel modern. That was some true power.
Twitter, everything. I felt like this show was really based, like they just started this show like last week and they filmed it because it felt modern. But a lot of these shows that we love, like Arrow and all these other shows, they don't feel as modern.
Right, because I still look like, yo, are you gonna tell me we don't got no street cameras that catch the flash?
Exactly.
Because it's not like he don't stop, you know what I mean?
The blur. Like, yeah, dude, our technology nowadays can catch, dude, they can get a very accurate, no matter how fast you move. Oh, that's very like...
We caught that dude.
We caught it. Like, come on. Like,
police swarm his house.
No, I want to clarify something. I'm not saying I don't like the series. I'm not. I actually really do like the series. But I do recognize, compared to Heroes, Arrows, Flash, even Walking Dead, it has a very slow start. They're off the back.
No, it don't.
Yeah, it does.
Like, it starts off pretty hot. Like, what you talking about?
Yo, really?
What is he talking about? So y'all gotta comment down below, because I feel like, no, because now you just making me, no. What are you talking about? Get off. Get off. What are you talking about? Please explain.
I'm saying this.
I want to hear this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because Arrow to me felt like it had a slow start.
Like, you got the lights on you. You on the spot. Like,
I know this sounds messed up. I was looking like, yo, who's this white kid lost at sea when I first saw it? I forgot that this was a cheap.
Did I have the right show? Click. No, this is Arrow. Click.
No, don't change the subject. How does it start off slow?
No, it does start off slow with the death of a certain main character in the beginning. Everything I understand that they're building a world. I fully get that, but also I feel like events, especially for the modern times, aren't happening fast enough.
But dude, even the way that the guy in the beginning, like you talk about, died, it started off hot. Like the way he got killed and like who it, like, dude, come on, like let's just be honest. Like you get a sense of the world immediately. Immediately, it feels like a world that people with superpowers is born in, and it's kind of a normal thing that they're trying to deal with. And you know what?
I actually want to clarify something. Let's say something. You had said earlier about how you felt that this was the world Heroes should have been. I actually feel that this is the world after Heroes, because at the end of Heroes, spoiler for all you people who haven't seen Heroes, at the end of Heroes, Homeboy reveals himself to the public as a superpower. Yeah, but I feel like this is the world, like 2, 3, or 4, 5 years after.
I know. But see, that don't make sense to me because I'm just looking like. So no one went like, oh, these strange events are happening. Obviously, like something is going down. Like I just feel like it's too hard to hide superpowers.
It really is.
You get what I'm saying?
Really one thing I do love about it, I like the fact that every character is a reflection on the world. The scientist dude, right? He hates powers, not because he hates them personally, but he's like, look, science works. 2 + 2 = 4.
Right.
Okay? With powers though, 2 + 2 can equal 16. How the does that equal 16?
Right.
What does that mean?
That's true.
Okay, then you have the people who are just haters. Man, I hate powers. Man, they always doing stuff, but then they secretly want to be powers themselves.
Yeah. Right. Then because that's the power. That's them powers wannabes that just stay in their house. Mm-hmm. And then you got the other ones that like, powers.
I will say the main.
Suck your dick. And it's like, oh hey, calm down now.
The main character of it is a former superhero called Diamond. Well, he was called Diamond. His name is Christopher Walker.
Yes.
Yep. Now I will say, his partner kind of gets on my nerves.
Okay, I want to say this though, because as characters, since we're gonna get on characters, the guy who plays Christopher Walker, I kind of like him and don't like him at the same time, because he's that because at first I'm gonna say this. At first I really didn't like him because he's always walking around with this old man meme of like. Get up.
Because he's Max Payne. He's Max Payne as an ex-superhero.
But no, you really get to understand his character because he really is just disgruntled because he lost the most important thing to him, which is his powers. And and don't get me wrong, if you was to take my blackness away from me, and then I lost my muscles, my penis is small, and then I'm
destroy you. You know how you knew that was a real moment. I know it's spoiler. Wolf took Walker's powers, took Diamond's powers. When he went to see Wolf,
that's a huge spoiler. So please,
it's not.
You should have been watching this before you watched this review anyway. But you know, when he went in there and Wolf was acting all crazy, but Wolf was looking like, yo, if you get me out of here, I could give you your powers back. Notice how it took him like 5 whole minutes to be like, he was looking like, hey, are you lying though? Now, wait a minute. You ain't lying to me though, right? Like you could do that though. You know what I mean? And then the cops and everybody had to step in like, is you not gonna subdue him?
Are you not gonna? Yeah.
And then he like had to run out like, oh man, dude almost caught me. I'm not gonna lie though, if some dude like was looking like, yo, I could give you superpowers.
Bring him out.
I'd be like, oh word, okay. Let me think this through. That dude kind of got a pow!
Ready for the quick!
Hit the chains with the chains! Hit the chains! Freedom! Stop being oppressed!
For the fans of the original comic book, you have to say that this does full-fledged capture the feel of the book. The main character is different. Some of the chain of events have been changed around, but I don't want people to be. I know a lot of people out there like, well, because there's change, I don't want it. Watch the show.
You know what? Those people just let them do it. No, if they don't watch it, don't let them watch it. Like, look, I'm sorry. Like, haters gonna hate. Don't let the haters do whatever they're gonna do. But then, I want to say this though. Like, you know, because I want to go back to the characters real quick. Are you eating something? Who's eating?
He's eating good.
Yeah.
He's smacking in my face, man. All right. No, okay. Like, we're talking about the main characters. You were saying stop that. Stop it.
Oh yeah, but
He don't
like Wolf's partner, you know.
No, I don't.
Because she's kind of abrasive.
She's very abrasive, and she has a chip on her.
But I like her because she's really okay. Don't get me wrong. How many of these insecure young people that go into like trying to be a police officer and they think they're the shit, or like this, like her character really exists and it makes sense to me.
I get that, but I also feel like, look, for you to be a newcomer to all this, you're very disrespectful to the fact that you're getting grandfathered in. At one point in time, she ran up with some teenage superpower people, and she's like, "You better get down from there. You better get there." And Walker had to be like, "Look, you don't gotta respect these kids, but respect that a fireball through your chest will end you."
Yeah.
Okay.
See, and that, to me, that was a real situation. See, that's the main thing that really hits me. The world of powers feels real.
Yes.
Oh, it was a bunch of teenagers with superpowers. Again, just like you said, you don't gotta respect them, but still, a fireball through your chest will still kill you. And like, and all these kids they're just literally filled with hormones and powers. Like, it's like, these kids are already getting angry.
And also, the fundamental nature of certain things completely changes with the introduction of superpowers. Before, if you got a warrant, a police officer would be like, "Hey, you have a warrant, we gotta take you to jail." That's it. Right. No, with them, they look like, "Oh snap, we gotta send this dude."
Yeah, the powers warrant.
Get the taser, get the brow snickers. Who got the nunchucks? I need nunchucks over here.
They literally beat you into submission and then go, "Okay, now you're under arrest."
Hey, look, wait till he's away from all the metal. When he's like, you know what I'm saying? When they're like, like, there's certain things you have to do.
And that's not even SWAT. That's just regular, like, we're just regular police.
And it makes sense. And it feels good watching it because I feel like they're not trying to make it like I'm stupid and trying to ignore stuff. I feel like they know that I'm intelligent. And even though I'm a nerd who likes this, the fantasy genre, they know I'm intelligent, so they give me a story that fits with my intelligence. And it's very few shows that do this.
Also, I like the fact that superpowered people use the world to their advantage.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The whole Twitterverse situation.
Okay.
The whole thing with the fact that he was looking like, yo, I have a restraining order against the whole powers division, and I'm a registered power. Right. So legally, you need to get out of my club. On top of that, then I'm just going to teleport because I have superpowers.
I like the fact when they had to solve the crime when that dude had crashed into a car, he was like, look, they maybe fell out of plane. Like, no, there's no planes that's not registered over this area.
Right.
So he was superpowered, that lost control, he didn't know how to fly and killed himself. And I thought that was awesome because everybody makes sure like being like, you got superpower. Oh, you can, only person that's going to kill you is another villain or something. Like, no, you can kill yourself if you misuse your powers, and I thought that was good too.
But now here's one of the things I want to understand with this world, right? So They obviously, one of the things with powers is there's no registration or organization to the powers themselves.
Okay.
They literally mention like, look, if a powers comes down, cops are looking like, we leave that dude alone and we wait until a superhero show up and we hope that he shows up. We have to, and we can't even call him. We have to depend on Mike, who happened to be his third brother's cousin.
Well, they can try if they want to. They just might die.
Which again is why the powers division was made.
Right, and but even then, he was like, look, we could try that, but there's nothing holding the superheroes accountable to be there.
Yeah.
I like that, and I also like from the fact that, like he said, each character and each section of the world that they're building feels legitimate.
Mm-hmm. You still give this a 7.5?
No, but I'm saying off the start. Okay, I give it a 7.5 because it wasn't a launch out the gate. It was a smooth takeoff. Mm-hmm. You're very good, but this wasn't. This was not. I'm about to say Walking Dead. This wasn't Walking Dead with like we took off out the gate.
I think it started off better than Walking Dead, though.
I can see that. No, I'm a fan. I'm eager. Episodes 2 and 3 I felt were much better than the pilot episode.
Well, you know what? This is very rare. I'm gonna say episode 1, 2, and 3 were all equally awesome. I'm be honest with you, which is why I give it I agree. I give it a 9.5. It's almost a perfect show. It's almost a perfect show. Like if they would have had. To be honest with you, even the effects, even like the CG effects were decent enough for me to go that was great. That wasn't like cheap. It was good. I'm
playing this. I hate taking the world and let it evolve in our own aficionado way. Mm-hmm. But see, the effects. Going back into the nerdverse, people expect too much out of things because I follow the forums. I'm a fan of this show, and people are like, it looks so low budget with all the special effects. I'm like, look. We're not trying to hit you with Michael Bay effects off the bat.
Right.
It is toning more money.
Also, that costs a lot of money.
Yeah, and as it builds momentum, it will get this money. I guarantee you, this show is going to make a lot of money. I guarantee it's going to be a very big hit.
You know why it's going to make a lot of money? Because Sony has a thing on lock and key.
It does.
Okay. And you cannot watch the show unless you have.
They're gonna get so many errors. Look, just put our commercial behind. Just give us 5 seconds of it, like $10 million.
Yeah, and then they need to just boost it up.
I want to say this.
And put it out there.
I want to say this. This is actually one of the few shows to have not only the original writer of the material, backing it and
Brian
working
Michael
with it.
Bendis,
Yes, but it's one of the few comic book TV shows that actually has a comic book writer to it.
And it feels comic booky. Like all it needed was how you go to another scene, have the little page flipping.
Oh yeah,
if they did that, it would just be like on a whole nother level.
But see, it feels legitimate instead of corny because Flash did that and it felt corny.
But Flash is fun, so I give it that. The Flash is that kid that's just kind of retarded, but he's funny every time. Every time he says something, it's hilarious, and you always want to know.
To me, it's like it literally is like, hey guys, Wizard World.
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of how I felt Spider-Man was for a long time.
That is true. But you know what?
It kind of made me go I need to beat Spider-Man's ass. We need to stop these jokes. Anyway, back to powers.
I give it a 9.5.
I give it a 9.
Go ahead, Mason, with a 7. He gives
7.85.
I give it a 5.2 because he was wearing Jordans, and I don't like Michael Jordans.
Wow. Anyway, you know what? Comment down below. Let us know what you think about the show. I have a personal question. What would your personal superpower be if you lived in the Powers world?
You know what? Electricity. I want electricity.
I already went into this. I'm a realist. So I was always looking like, I'll probably get some whack power. And I broke down a whole character. I was looking like, I just shoot string from my fingers, but then I'd become the Strangler. I'd become the Phantom Strangler.
The Phantom Strangler.
I'd run around with the cape, strangle whoever get in my way. I'd be a force, man.
The most powerful supervillains are dangling with the string.
Yeah, I'd be perfect work.
The messed up part is you would shoot strings out in the random world and be somewhere off in the mountain
Exactly.
And
Phantom Strangler.
they dash it to the alley and be like, what's happening?
Phantom Strangler.
Into darkness.
Whatever. All right.
Anyway, this is Mason AJ.
Lazarus Gallagher.
IBM.
Tune in next time.
Peace.